You sit here like an idiot waiting for somebody to come in and communicate with you to the slightest little bit. But it's part of it. I don't make announcements. So if you're watching this later, the reason is there's no talking, I'm waiting. Ooh, look at that, glowy, glowy. Oh, there's so much to talk about too. It just staggers the mind at the way our world is going. I personally, I can't believe it, man. I just can't believe it. Sometimes you just sit back and go, "What the fuck?" Oh well. Well, supposedly there's one person watching. Excuse me. Oh, I think after all the years of doing this, I'd be used to it. Sometimes you just can't get past that. So are you still you still out here one lone person? If you are, can you tell me who you are? It'd be nice to know. Just say hi. Or you don't have to at all. It's up to you, man. I don't expect anybody to identify themselves out here. Oh, it's also this cold fucking weather we're having in Florida. I woke up this morning, took my wife to work. It was 35 degrees. Oh, hi there. How you doing? You're cozy? Interesting handle. I like it. I like your little, we can watch The Sopranos. Okay, let's watch The Sopranos. That was like one of my favorite series. I liked that series when it first came out. An ex-girlfriend's cop parents got me hooked on that show. And I liked it. I don't know what you want to, do you want to watch The Sopranos? I mean, do you have something? I mean, I'll watch them. I don't care. I don't understand the comment, but hey, man, each their own, you know? As long as you're out here, you can say whatever you want. I've, it's a good show, great storyline. Yeah, I'll bring my laptop. Okay, yeah, you do that, all right? Are you going to fly down here, or do you live down here? Because if you ain't in Pasco, Hernando, or Hillsboro, ain't much I can do for you. Ooh, I'm up to 4. Look at me, Mr. Popularity. Brings me back to my high school days. Oh, you're in Florida? Okay. What part, can I ask? I'm in Pasco County, the infamous home of Live PD when it was popular, before the world took a shit and everybody got stupid over a fucking flu bug. Oh, hey, you're less than 40 minutes away from me. Actually, my daughter lives down in Tampa. She she lives at the University of Tampa. That's why the hat. And as you see, this hat's been around for a while. I think she gave it to me in 2019. I've had it for a long time. So do you live in Tampa City or outskirts? I'm sitting here watching the comments, waiting for an answer. I don't know what the delay is on these things. You know, is it a couple minutes? Is it a couple seconds? Oh, you're in the city. Okay. Is that a pot leaf for um your profile picture? I don't have my glasses on, dude. I'm an old dude. I'm outside. I got the sun in my eyes. I can't tell that well. I don't care if it is. Obviously. You know, growing up my entire life, I used to hear how I used to hear how bad pot was for you. When I was in high school, now I was in high school from 75 to 79. And we used to actually have one teacher there who used to tell us emphatically that as young men, if we touched a joint, took a hit off of, yes, it is better liquor. Even so much as one time, we would be doing disgusting things in the bathroom at bus stations and train stations to make the money to buy more. I thought, wow, there's a guy who's never smoked weed in his life. But don't you find it funny, Cozy, that the people who tell you that weed is bad for you are the same ones that drink a ton of liquor? But you can't tell them liquor's bad for you because they don't like to hear that. They just like to hear how bad that marijuana is for you. My father's a hillbilly from Mississippi. And I heard it a whole life, man. None of my boys are going to smoke that shit. That's a bit of an overstatement. Weed is more safe. It is. Weed is safer than frickin' McDonald's. What are you talking about? Eat McDonald's for 2 years straight and watch how your health plummets starting after 30 days. What was that guy, Moreland Spurlock? He did that, something about, what was it? Supersize Me. That was the name of his documentary. That dude's dead. He did a series about McDonald's and now he's dead, you know? You eat bad food, you know? Me and my wife, we don't eat any of that crap. It's just not worth it. And furthermore, when was the last time you saw anybody go into a McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Taco Bell, whatever you want, and just get their food and leave? No, they got to start arguments. They got to start bitching at the people. Arguing with a fast food worker is like going to well, you guys know what the Pioneer Center is. That was a house for the mentally retarded where I was from in McHenry, Illinois. It'd be like going there and trying to have a discussion with one of those guys. You know, all you get back is, "Duh," you know. Plus, I don't think it's really all that smart to argue with somebody who's working fast food. I mean, obviously they don't want to be there unless they're in management, and then they probably peaked at 18, and that's all they think they can do. I actually, when it comes to McDonald's, I hold a record in McHenry County, Illinois, for being successfully banned for life from all McHenry County, Illinois McDonald's. Hang on, I can let my dogs out. There you go, you stupid bitches. Get out there. Yeah. News now. How you doing, brother? Ain't seen you in a while. Don't forget to hit the like, that smash button, peoples. Thank you, News Now. I appreciate that. You moved out. Whoop. I lost my scammer calling. I've been getting a lot of them lately. You guys get scam calls? I've been getting a shit ton of them, but I fuck with them. I fuck with them big time. I'll let them walk through the entire program. I mean, I'll get right up to the point where they go, "How do you feel about this?" Then I'll say, "Well, could you repeat that first part again?" So there's another 15 minutes there on the phone. By the time it's all said and done, I've wasted about 45 minutes to an hour of their time. And then they just get mad as shit. Cozy, have we just talked before? Do I know you on some other form? Like, are you subscribed to my channel? Are you a biker? Do I have a road with you out here? I don't know. I answered phone say, "Don't say anything." I like to make it very awkward for them. I'm subscribed to you. Yes. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. There I go. Oh my God. I assumed something. Holy shit. You are of the male persuasion. I'm hoping you are because I just called you a guy. And if you're not, it's a word. Big deal. Big freaking deal. Okay, great. Fantastic. I forgot what I was talking about. It's easy to do when you get old. I'm at that stage in my life now where I actually walk into another room and I can't remember what I went for. I'll come back as soon as I sit back down on the couch. Oh yeah, that's right. I think it's just something that happens when you get older. I don't know. Well, my wife's not as old as I am. She's 7 years younger than me. She's 57. Or no, I'm sorry, 6. She's 57. But fantastic woman. I'm happy I met her. But good God Almighty, talk about a person who has to dot their I's and cross their T's and all that other stuff. I mean, it's a good trait to have. It's one I don't. I mean, that woman carries so much up in her head between her job and home life. And then when we had the move down here in 2018, and where she came down, we had to stay up in Illinois. That was a horrible 4 months. I didn't like it at all because she had it rough down here. And I couldn't do anything but send money and, be supportive over the phone, and I don't know. I don't really carry the docile tones that I sometimes would require on the phone. Ugh. So how'd you like that cold snap there we got this morning, Cozy? Did you like that? It was 35 by my house. 35. I have not seen 35 degrees in years. Just thank God it didn't come equipped with snow. The great Florida freeze out, winter trial edition. I wish you could see my dog is just tearing the hell out of her ball out here. Damn it. Yeah, I'll fix that. Yeah. There we go. That's better. What'd you say here? That is a hybrid of indica and sativa kind of pen. I was originally from Canada, so I'm used to cold weather. Okay, yeah, all right. News now. It hit 16 here. News now. I forgot where you're at now. I want to say in Philadelphia. I don't know why. Are you? Because I know you're not in Florida anymore. And is Cozy this? No, this is a separate pen. This is just a battery, and this is a little concoction they sell up here, Atlanta. I'm sorry, now. This is a it's called Cherry Pie. It is a hybrid, but it leans indica, I believe. I'm not sure. I'm the type I'm so old school about it. The first time I wouldn't buy it legally, I talked in code to the guys like, "Hi, I'm here for the," hi, you know what I mean? And he's like, "No, I don't." I said, "I'm here for a little green." He's like, "Marijuana," and I was like, "Shut up, there's people in here," Because back in my day, man, if you got caught with it, when I was like 16, 17, 18 years old, if you got caught with it, holy fuck. Churches were holding revivals, praying for your salvation. Your mom and dad were looking up psychiatrists because, oh my God, he's on the devil weed. And now those same parents are smoking it, which is fine with me. I mean, what are you going to do? And this damn thing, it's got an automatic shut off. And I don't know how to reset the timer on it. You walk away from it from a couple minutes and there it is. Boom, it's off. So was weed legal in Canada? No, I don't think it is it? I don't think weed's legal in Canada. And you guys had that idiot Trudeau. God, what a fucking bozo clown that jerk off was. Huh? I don't even know who's running Canada now. Probably some guy who goes ice fishing on the weekends. It's really stupid. My one friend's dad was an avid ice fisher. And weed is legal. Okay, I didn't know that. But he was an ice fisher. And his biggest joke was, you'd ask him, how was your weekend ice fishing? And he'd say, came back with a big old sack. Great catch. Cooked it all up and had a pot of boiling water. And the first time he said it to me, why would you have a pot of boiling water? Then he had to describe it to me. He went ice fishing. He caught ice, which is funny because now ice catches you. How do you like that shit, huh? I'm loving it. I absolutely love it. I think it's hysterical. I don't want illegals in my city. I don't want them in my state. I don't want them near me. I don't want to live next to them, which unfortunately I do. We got one of these houses. It's a Section 8 house next to us. And the cars change every month there. I don't think they're buying new cars. No, they're renting out rooms, paying $50 for a house, and then pocketing $300, $400, $500 a month from 4 or 5 different people renting rooms from them. They got the whole house divided up. I personally wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that in my house. Because for one, I enjoy my house when it's just me and my wife and maybe our daughter when she's home, but that's about it. And I don't want people in my house I don't know. And that was popular back in the what was it, the late 80s when I lived in Tennessee. I lived just outside of Nashville, a little place called Chapmansboro or Ashland City. And your new leader is Mark Canary, and he's basically yeah, you know what I don't know if you saw this or not, but I just saw a report about Canadians who own property in Florida, how they're rapidly selling off their property because they're afraid of what the Canadian government is going to do to them in the aspects of if they come down here one year for a summer break or a winter break and they go back and Canada says, no, sorry, we relinquished your citizenship. You're an American now. Have fun living under that dictator Donald Trump. That's another thing I get. I love watching these libtards explode. It is just so damn funny. They get so butthurt so fast over such stupid shit. You know? You walk past a bunch of them, you go, Kamala was a whore, and they all fucking flip out, lose their shit. You know? It's almost as funny as when the protesters, when a car runs through them and they knock a couple people down. Keep in mind, this is a car. It is moving. And as soon as the car clears, they all chase after the car screaming. Did you think you were going to catch that car? I think the car has a better chance of catching you. Oh, my cat well, let me rephrase that. My wife's cat. Just crazy cats. But she rescued them. Yes, Canada is basically too liberal for me. Is that why you moved down here? Or was there another reason, like you just got tired of Canada? You wanted to come down where it was warm? Whew, I'm up to 2. Look at this, 18 minutes and I'm at 2. Wow. Sure know how to pick the good times there, don't you, Jim? Yep, I do. What do you say? Oh, okay, I got that comment. Oh, I'm up to 3 now. Look at me go. Whew. You know, what's funny is my last live that I did from here, this flag back here, I caught shit for it. Yeah, me too, Cozy. I've always wanted to live in Florida. My wife did too. We're from Illinois. We just couldn't handle that Illinois bullshit anymore. It's bad when in Illinois you have to spend $11 a year to get a card that says you can go into a gun store to look at a gun. I still have my gun card. My daughter still has hers. I think my wife has hers too. Woo, 5. Look at this. I was watching earlier today, I was going through all the lives that were going on. And I'm not going to say the woman's name because she's a pig. But she literally, forgive me, but she literally was up to the camera like this and she was going, my God. Do you realize you look like a cow chewing its cud, you dumb bitch? Oh. Give me the ball. Huh? Give me the ball, Mishan. Sorry, I'm talking to my dog. I command my dogs in German. I was just telling her to get me the ball. Ball? Huh? Geben. I'm cruel. I know. I shouldn't do that. She's just trying to have a dog day. So, and this stuff. Sorry. there's a woman on Raymond's. What does that say? Oh, you've been in 62 years in Florida? Way overrated unless you got deep pockets. What? Where the hell you live in Miami? No, I'll admit rent has gotten way out of hand. Way out of hand. But go go live up north. Go live in Michigan, Illinois, Wisconsin, where they rape you literally at the pump. Illinois just imposed a 50 cents per gallon tax on top of the price already. These people are still paying nearly $4 a gallon up there in some places. It's just ridiculous, and the propaganda bullshit that comes out of the media from these democratic cities and states, it's just fucking stupidity. You know, I listen to what my mother-in-law says, and she's up near Chicago. When we talk to her on the phone, and she thinks this is what the average person in Illinois thinks about Florida. They think that we are walking the streets with guns, that we are actively hunting gays and trans, that we are well, that one is kind of true. Not the gay and trans thing. No, the walking with guns. I mean, I carry. I carry because it's my damn right to carry. I carry because I'm not going to be a victim. Sometimes pepper spray don't work. When the pepper spray don't work, you got to move the game plan too. Actually, when I'm on my bike, I carry a certain amount of steps of escalation for protecting myself. I have a hose. I'll beat the shit out of you with the hose because getting hit with a rubber hose hurts really bad. If that don't stop you, I'll pepper spray. If that don't stop you, I have a little stun gun. I'll try that. And if that don't work, I don't want to hurt anybody. But there are some people, Raymond, there are some people, I'll agree with you, down here that should not be down here. The ones I hate the most are the goddamn New Yorkers that have moved down here. And all they want to do is change. Well, why can't it be like New York? I liked it when I was in New York. Then why the fuck are you in Florida? Get the fuck out. We're full. It's just stupidity. Because when I came down here, me and my wife decided that when we came down here, we were going to assimilate to Florida life and Florida style. Go with the flow. And there are people who come down here and they want to change everything. They can't understand why this place is like this, and why can't this place be like this? Or you hear me, I'm sure everybody knows about New York Bagels. It's a franchise. We have a couple of them down here. You'll hear them in line. These aren't New York Bagels. My God, these aren't even close. Then shut the fuck up. Go back to New York and have your fucking bagel. Stick it up your ass when you're done. It just, I don't know. I've had so many bad run-ins with snowbirds from Jersey, New York. Last winter, I was on my motorcycle. I'm cruising down Highway 9 or US 19 here. An asshole with Jersey plates runs a stoplight, boom, pulls right in front of me, does a 3-lane change after running a stoplight, cuts me off. I got to do a couple little EVMs, get out of the way. I mean, it wasn't close, but it could have been bad. And I pulled up to the light and I just kind of glanced over at him. Here comes the window down. What the fuck's your problem, you fucking asshole? What did you? It's like, oh my God. What are you going to do? Get out of your car and go Sopranos on me? Hey, you like how I brought that back around, Cozy? Sopranos, that's where we started. That's called a bring back, or what they call those. I forgot what they call them. It's a word. I had a friend of mine who's a comic, and there's a word they use for that. When you bring back something you've talked about, people laughed already. I forgot what it was called now, of course. Live on YouTube, and I forget everything that I need to talk about. I was just the other day. I was reminiscing with a friend of mine from Illinois. I was asking him how him and his wife are doing. He said they're doing pretty good. We started talking about the times that we first met our wives, and he met his a lot sooner than I met mine. And as we're talking about it, he's like, well, did you ever just, go on just some really cool dates? I said, yeah. I said, like our second or third date, I wanted to invite her over for a homemade meal. And he's like, wow, that's really cool, man. A homemade meal. I said, yeah. Called her up. I said, you want to come over for a homemade meal? She's like, yeah, man. She walked in the door. I threw her an apron, some pans, and all the ingredients and some recipes, and she got mad at me. Sometimes you can't figure out women, man, Although I'm very lucky. I really am. I have a fantastic wife. I mean, she's not everybody's thing, but she's everything for me. And then I was also very lucky. I've been blessed with a freaking smart daughter. Not a smart ass daughter, a smart daughter. She got her master's degree at UT. She's a good kid too. I just wish we could see her more often, but we can't because she don't have a car. She's a typical kid in that age group. I don't know. Were we different? I mean, when I was 15 and a half, man, I was counting the days to get my driver's license. But I was also lucky my dad bought me a car, and he bought it before I turned 16. So I had to sit in the driveway and look at it for like a month and a half. And that was torture, man. That was torture. And like a typical dumbass, I cracked it up in about 2.5 months later, doing something stupid. Hey, who hasn't done something stupid when they're younger, right? If you haven't, you are a saint of a child, and your parents are probably very lucky. But no, I love it. This is the time of day the damn sun comes right through there. I'm trying to block it. That's why I'm moving a little bit more and a little bit more. Matter of fact, I'm gonna move a little bit more here. There we go. Much better. Much better. Not that great of a background, but what are you gonna do? Not much. So let's talk about the anti-ICE protesters. Now, I don't know where you stand. I don't care, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not in favor of them. So if you don't want to hear what I got to say, you might as well leave now. Because personally, I think they're a bunch of jackass, brain dead crybabies who expect the world to kiss their ass. And for what? What have you done that benefits the rest of society? Nothing. You're getting paid to protest. You're on welfare, most likely. You've never had a job in almost your entire life, depending on your age. You expect taxpayers to give you everything. You expect the cops to run in fear because you asked them their name and badge number. Ooh. I've hung around with some cops for some years, did some ride-alongs. And I'll tell you, there's a couple things that I've learned that cops don't want to hear you say. And the number one thing that'll piss off, according to the men that I talk to, if you get pulled over for speeding and you look at him and you go, I'm in my hurt, I'm trying to get home, I gotta pee so bad, I gotta pee. Unless you have a medical condition you can back it up, he gonna make you sit there for another 20 to 30 minutes. Make you piss your fucking pants. Because if you gotta go that bad, you're gonna piss your pants. I was on a ride along one time and the guy used that excuse and I wasn't allowed to get out of the car. He came back to the car and he goes, well, let's sit here for a while. And I was like, why? And he goes, oh, the usual excuse, I got to pee. I said, well, maybe he's got to pee. And he goes, no, he wants to go pee so he can run and get away from me. I was also with a cop when he pulled over a carload of kids. And the one daughter was a city council member's child. She was all of 16 or 17, real smart ass little bitch. Well, the cop was trying to talk to her and she kept interrupting and he turned around and he yelled kind of loud. He said, would you shut the fuck up? She started to cry. She then called Daddy. Daddy proceeds to try to call the chief of police, but the chief wouldn't take his phone call. He then petitioned through city council to have this cop fired or at least suspended because of the vulgar language that he used toward his precious, innocent little girl, who, by the way, was in a car with 4 boys. all older than her, 2 bags of weed, and open containers. But his daughter was a sweet, innocent little child who couldn't stand to hear the word fuck. Apparently, it fucked her eardrums up. It never went anywhere. Uh, because he was a city council member, he had to answer to the mayor, and I guess the mayor told him to shut the fuck up. It wasn't worth your time. Stop acting like an asshole. But this was a city up in northern Illinois. It's the second largest county, I think, and corrupt like you wouldn't believe. Just the corruption in Illinois just flows through the fucking sewer lines with the rest of the shit. Yeah, I don't like Illinois. I don't ever want to go back to Illinois. Never again. Can't stand it. But these protesters, I love to watch them when things don't go their way and they get pepper sprayed. They always have that look on their face. You know, they start out, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Pepper spray in the face, and they always go, and they're shocked. They're shocked. Why would you pepper spray me? Why? I can't believe you did that to me. Then I watch him because it's like a comedy show to me. I get a kick out of watching that shit. And I love it, especially when they get run over by cars. I mean, not the ones that get hurt seriously. You know, a broken leg, a displaced kneecap or something, you know. But, you know, the car runs over them, and they just lay there and they start to cry. Oh, my God. Oh. Really? If I went into a pen that had a bull in it, and I tormented that bull, and he threw me clear across the room, I did that. Not the bull. The bull didn't look at me and go, hey, come here, fucker. We're going to have some fun. No, I went in there and said to the bull, hey, fucker, let's have some fun. And he showed it to me. That's the way I look at it. And these protesters, when they were doing the No Kings, that was hysterical. You're protesting at No Kings in a country that has never had kings. It made no sense whatsoever. It was like going to, well, I ain't going to do an analogy for that one. You know what I mean. Just, I swear the world is getting dumber and dumber as we go down the line here. I wasn't allowed at 20, 25, I wasn't allowed to act like these little retards. I wasn't allowed to do that. I would have serious consequences if I did that kind of shit. Mostly jail. Or back in my day in my town, cops would, and you think I'm joking you, they would beat the fucking shit out of you. But they'd hit you in the belly or on the sides, you know, where you wouldn't bruise that much. And if you did bruise, it would be, you know, covered up a lot. I got my ass handed to me by the chief of police in my old hometown at 17 in the station, and then got charged with inciting a riot. Yeah, I had to go to court for that one. I almost went to jail for that one, and I didn't even start a riot. I literally was walking to the bus to go home, and some kids got into a fight. And the only thing I did wrong was I told the one cop, the first one to show up there, I told him to go suck my dick. So that was probably the catalyst that started the whole thing. But yeah, I'll never forget that. And I'll tell you what, it was a long time before I ever talked back to a cop again. Long time. I was probably in my 40s before I ever spoke back to a cop again. But I don't get in trouble with cops. And even though I don't like cops, I think they're all corrupt bastards. Well, to be fair, not all. A small percentage are corrupt bastards. And those are the ones that unfortunately make the news. So everybody thinks they're corrupt. And you know, I'll be respectful. You know, yes, officer, no, officer. I won't call him sir, because that's a sign of respect, and I don't respect you. I don't respect what you do to an extent. And because of the bad cops, there's been a lot of trust that's been broken with the good cops, and it sucks because when I was hanging out with a couple of them, they were really good guys. they're just making a paycheck, coming home and enjoying the weekends, cutting the grass, drinking beer, whatever. But there was a few of them there that I saw firsthand that very questionable what they would do. Like the one taking weed and giggling. Well, this is never see the property room. Well, what are you going to write them up for then? Oh, and he come up with some excuse. Oh, they got out of the car and destroyed it on us. We couldn't get it in time. Yeah, right. I like how a lot of Floridians, jeez, say that about New Yorkers. They don't mind Canadians coming down south, but they can't stand the New Yorkers. Yes, you're right. That's absolutely true. And you know why? Because the New Yorkers have that New York fucking attitude when they come down here. And that's why a lot of them get their asses handed to them by some of these country boys down here. Because some of these locally raised and grown Florida boys down here, they don't take shit from anybody. My neighbor's one of them. My neighbor's a badass motherfucker. He's 30, 31, and I'm just glad that that man likes me because I have seen and heard some of the things he's done to people. He's just a natural badass brawler, you know. I always make friends with the guys who are good at kicking ass because if you can't kick ass, they can teach you how. I grew up with a father who was a boxer, so we got a lot of that. Defend yourself, God damn it. Oh God, my father was a trip. He was in that so time when it was cool, to be the dad, and then it was, well, I got to be a disciplinarian. Well, now I got to just be an asshole. And he's just stayed in the I got to be an asshole stage for the last 20 years. And I think that's just because he's gotten old. I don't know. I mean, I'm 64. My dad is what? 64. He's 86. If I'm correct, right? I was 21 when he was born, so I'm 86. He's 86. And at one point, man, I was that kid where all my friends wanted to come over to my house because my dad was so cool. They're like, hey, let's go over to Jim's house, man. His dad's got stuff we can do over there. My dad built a little like house out in the back of our property for us kids to play in. And then one day, I guess all the divorces got to him finally. And then unfortunately his last wife died, but she was a drunk, which if you're ever over the age of, how old was I? 30, and you have to move back in with your parents for some reason. My reason was I was moving back. Another scam call. Look at that shit. I get them like 10 a day. But the reason I was moving back is I'm moving back from Tennessee, and I had to wait a week for the place I was moving into to become available. So I had my paperwork signed. I had my lease in hand. I said to my dad, hey, can I just stay here for a week? I'll sleep on the couch. You'll never know I'm here. I'll fend for myself. I'll go to the laundromat, all that. Yeah, you can stay here. I was there 48 hours before my dad's third wife started giving me shit. Just out of the blue. And I worked third shift at the time, so I would come home and go downstairs and sleep in the corner of the basement because it was quiet. And I could get 4 or 5 hours before I had to get up. She'd come down there, bang shit, slam the drawers, slam the washer and dryer, whistle, carry on conversations, and I'd be like, God damn, what have I done to you, woman? What the fuck have I done to you? And but my dad's one of these guys, second family, those types of men, second family. Well, I forget that I got 3 boys by other women. I won't worry about them. His excuse was we didn't need him because he was older. We were older. Now, I have a 26-year-old daughter. And if that little booger ever comes to me and she said, and I will never say to her, you don't need me anymore because you're older. No, I want her to need me until I am on my last breath. I think that is what is the really cool thing about being a parent. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But another thing my dad used to always tell me, he used to always tell me, don't have kids because you're going to fuck them up. Well, here's something. My two brothers both have kids. They're both losers. Both their children are complete and utter losers. One's a welfare queen, and the other one is a drug addict. And then my dad's beautiful second family, um, they they had two kids. I don't know about the one, but I'm pretty damn sure he grew up to be gay as hell. He was a very effeminate little boy, very effeminate. Even when he was getting older, it was like, "Hi there." Not that I care. Hey, do you? You do you. I don't care. I don't care, man. But the oldest one, oh yeah, she was supposed to be oh, she's gonna do great things, conquer the world. She's gonna cure cancer. She's gonna defeat all the evil. Yeah, she's a manager of a weed store. And the whole time my kid's going to college, getting a master's degree, my father never asks once about her. Not once. Now, in all fairness, his late wife did. She did reach out and ask us how things were going, but twice in 6 years. So, but unfortunately, she has passed away since then. But just because if you got kids, you got small kids, man, listen to them, interact with them, be their friend, be their parent. You can do both. I know a lot of people say you can't be a kid's best friend and you can't be a parent. Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. It's easy. You just you just got to know when to toe the line, and when you have to, and they get mad at you, you just explain to them that's just the way life is. You know. Oh, now I'm talking to nobody again. Oh well, what are you gonna do, right? I should stick to having them in the morning. They seem to be doing better, which is weird to me because you'd think everybody like going to work and well, we're in the post-Biden era. I forgot there's still people at home on welfare and food stamps and all that other wonderful stuff that you get for free. Like some of my family members, well, some of my dad's second family, yeah, their big battle cry was, "We hate the government." Where's our monthly check? We hate the government. Oh, but those food stamps, we could use those. We hate the government. You know what? I need some help with my rent, so could you help me on that? That's okay. That stuff was fine. But you can't hate something and then suck right off of it, you know? I mean, if I didn't like my wife, I sure the hell wouldn't stay here. It'd be stupid. It just seems that some people nowadays, especially, doesn't seem people have a fucking brain in their head. Everybody just seems to be completely brain dead. Well, not everybody. A large percentage of your unemployed, septum ring nose wearing, blue haired, gaudy glasses individuals. Think you know who I'm talking about. Libtards. Which, and how about speaking of libtards? How about that libtard idiot Tim Walz? Do you realize how close we were? Well, that's not a good statement. Do you know how the possibility of him becoming the second most powerful person in the country was at one point? Thank God for Vance and Trump. And then that's another thing. I was at a place of business up here the other day. I was getting something, and the guy standing in line was a younger guy, maybe 22, 23, and he had on "Make America Great Again" red hat. So I just asked him. I go, "Man, did you catch shit for that hat?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "Like what?" And he goes, "Oh, they say all sorts of stupid shit like, are you retarded? Are you having sex with your mom? What did he say? The other thing that was cracked me up. I can't remember it now. God damn it. I can't. But like, okay, I don't like your political opponent. All right. So what does asking you if having sex with your mom? How is that? How is that a run put down? It's like, did you ever get into those fights with those people? Throwing back and forth. And you're an idiot. No, you're an idiot. Love you. And you go back and forth, and you get them, and they go, "Well, your mom too." My mom too. What? See, I like that at my age when people say, "Oh, your mom is a whore." My mom's been dead for some time now, but If you've been visiting her, that makes you a narcoleptic, or not narcoleptic. Oh my God. Lay off the weed. Uh, now I can't think of the word. I know, not narcoleptic. Those are guys that fall asleep all the time. I forgot what it's called now. And it was just there, but it's gone now. Oh my God. Sometimes I have to wonder what goes on up in here. That was fun. Spilled. But I was watching. Who knows? Turn on YouTube, find any channel that has a libtard on the front of it for the thumbnail. One of them, and I started to realize it's the same thing. It's like the Sovereign Citizens. It's the same script with a different idiot. But yet, the current idiot thinks he's smarter than the past idiot. And the past idiot thought he was smarter than the past idiot in front of him. But they all use and say the same stuff. It's the same exact script every time. Like kidnapping. You're kidnapping them. No, if we were kidnapping them, we would take them back to a place, hide them, and ask for a ransom note. They're not kidnapping illegals. They're getting the fuck out of our country where they should be. They shouldn't be here to begin with. And think about it this, man. If that drunken whorebag Kamala would have gotten into office, our borders would still be open. We would be so overrun with immigrants. I mean, it's bad enough. I got a friend who lives up near Dearborn, and he said that the Muslim community up there is getting out of hand. They're attacking white people in the streets for just being white. He was telling me about a guy who was walking down the street eating a sandwich. I don't even know what the sandwich had in it. And they started beating the shit out of him because they didn't like what he was eating. Well, shouldn't you take that up with the person who provided him with that sandwich? Maybe it's their fault, not his. He just bought it and ate it. It's stupidity. Thank God I live in a decent neighborhood. We have had, in the 7 years we've been here, 6 years, I think I've had a handful of incidences where I've had to either contact the police or have had the police contact me. And it's not that I'm paranoid or anything, but when I answer the door, when I see a group of people coming to the door and I don't know them, I answer the door with my gun in my hand, not visible, behind the door, and it's ready to go. Because we have a lot of scams going on down here, excuse me, where they come to the door and they go, yeah, we're here to do a free home inspection per your insurance company. Well, this isn't my house, so how did you call my insurance company? And then what happens? They get in the house, they bombard you inside your house, they tie you up, and they rip you off. Well, I'd much rather be able to tell the story as, well, officers, the reason there's 3 dead people in my front yard is they tried to break into my house and I stopped them. Instead of saying, well, officers, the reason I'm talking to you from my hospital bed is because I chose to be a victim today and not stand up for myself. That's the thing I can't understand is people who don't stand up for themselves in the slightest. What is wrong with you? I saw a video the other day of a guy, and this is a real video, and I wanted to punch my TV. I was so mad. It's a guy and his girlfriend. They're walking down some major city on the sketchier side of town, but it was still okay because you saw a bunch of other younger white people dressed like they were. They were going to some venue. Well, 3 guys grabbed this guy's girlfriend and they pull her. Thank God there's a security camera there. They pulled her into like a little dark corner by the store and they're hassling her. They're pushing her back and forth and they're yelling obscenities at her and she's crying. Her boyfriend literally takes 3 steps back and stands there and watches the whole thing and does nothing. Nothing. No, that's not even slightly acceptable in my world. I grew up with the thought process of simply this. If you have a woman in your life, wife, grandmother, sister, daughter, aunt, and you see somebody hassling her, hurting her, as the male relative, if you don't stand in there and take the beating for her or beat the shit out of them people, you're worthless as a man. You're worthless as a young man. You're worthless. Just turn your dick in and your man card and walk away. Go join the trans community because that's what you are. I cannot stand faggoty boys. Oh, I just I, these fucking limp-wristed motherfuckers that.
I don't like confrontation.
Yeah, because you know you're gonna get your ass handed to you, wimpy. I don't get it. How do you stand by and let somebody accost your girlfriend, your wife, your sister, your aunt, your mother? How? How do you just stand there and watch it? I don't know. I come from a different era. I'll tell you that much, man. Um, and then you watch some of these girls. My daughter works at the where she works at the school, and over the years she was an RA, and then she was head RA. Now she's some sort of building manager or something. I don't know exactly the title. And Rand, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, I don't know your full title. But we tease her and we just tell her she's a full-time babysitter at a really good pay with free everything. But that's that government money, that government grant money. That's why she can get all this shit for free. Um, she has told me some stories about some of the things that she's seen where these now modern day young men will just stand there. Oh, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want the cops to have to talk to me. No, man, I want the cops to talk to me because I got a good story to tell them. Because either I'm going to get my ass handed to me or I'm going to hand somebody's ass to them big time. And, I'm not the toughest guy in the world, but I'll take that beating for my wife or my daughter before I let some guy do it to her. I'll gladly take it. Gladly. As long as they get away. And that's what a lot of men don't have, that thought process up here. And then men go around going, oh, Saiwan a good woman. Why? You won't do anything to help her. You won't do anything to protect her. You won't do anything to make her proud to be with you. But you want her to do everything. Shut up, dog. You understand? Yeah. Talking about Rottweiler. Well, I can see this is going nowhere. I've been here for almost an hour. And Cozy, if you're still here, hey man, thanks for standing the whole stream. I appreciate it, man. It's awesome of you. I think I'm gonna just let this one stay up for like an hour or two more, and I'm just gonna take it down. But it was fun. I like doing this. Next time I do it, it's gonna be in the morning though. Definitely gonna be in the morning. So Cozy, see ya. News now. Bye. Vilified freedom. Wait a minute. Vilified. Good night. Oh my God, vilified. Thank you, sir. I am so happy you're out here, man. Oh, you missed most of it though. That sucks. I like it when people I follow me and watch. I'm not saying you have to watch everything, but I bet it was cold by you today, huh? Vilified, cold. It was 35 here this morning. 35. I live in Florida. Let me remind you. I live in Florida. It was 35. This is crazy, man. Crazy. Vilified. I have a friend that I ride motorcycles with on the weekends, and he, every time I look at him, I just want to say, good night, because he looks just like you. Oh my God, 12. Oh, God. I couldn't handle that shit, man. Not in the slightest. Mm-mm. Vilified. Excuse me. I was covering a topic here. I don't know if you caught it, about how men today are basically little pussies. How they're not willing to stand up for what they believe or for their women in their life. I mean, you strike me as being that type of a guy that you would jump in there and say, hey, you're not going to fuck with my wife or my girl, my daughter. I'm going to take a beating for her, or I'm going to beat you, or, whatever. And I know you're not a violent man. And I know you'd probably try to work it out. But you get the gist of what I'm saying, right? It's just, I mean, after you beat the shit out of them when they're laying there, you can just let them go, good night. I don't know why I find that so funny, but I do. I love it when you say that. It's like, good night. Oh, I am not working anything out when it comes to my family. It's there you go. There you go. Good night for sure. I don't blame you, man. That you're my kind of dude. I'm the same way. I am the same exact way. I might not get a couple in on you, but you're not going to hurt my family. Mm-mm. And if that means we got to go all the way, we go all the way. I don't want to. I really don't want that on my conscience, but that's why I would have to step it up slowly. You know, you take it where you want to go with it. But if you want to go too far, just remember, you took it there. I didn't. You wanted it. I didn't. Yeah, I'm definitely a scrappy. Yeah. You strike me as being that type of a guy. You really do. Um, you just strike me as being a, a well-learned man, somebody who stands on principle. That's why I joined your channel. I watched your videos for probably, I don't know, a month or two. And I remember I was watching one night. I told my wife, I said, "This guy, I like this guy." And she's like, "Who is he?" And I said, showed him. She goes, "Oh, that looks like David." I said, "No, that's the guy I ride with." I go, "No, it's not David." And she's like, "Okay, well, um, then watch his channels." I do, you know. I like your subject matter. Um, I'm unfortunately I'm getting burned out on the sovereign citizen stuff. One of these days you're gonna have to do one with to do one of them streams where I can join. Oh my God, you read my mind, dude. I wanted to do one. I don't know how to get a hold of you though, and I didn't want to say anything on YouTube because I don't want anybody to, oh, look at you doing favoritism. I would love to sit and talk to you for an hour, just me and you and whoever comes in. Oh, please, let's make this happen. Let us make this happen even next week. You know what? You can just get a hold of me anytime you want, sir. I would love that. Oh, I'm gonna tell my wife when I go pick her up tonight. She's gonna go, oh, great. She doesn't get into this YouTube shit. She doesn't get into it at all. She has a channel, but it's nothing. I should start downloading stuff to it. But Mr. Vilified, if you can contact me at, if you got something to write down with, the email address where you can go back and watch it. It's jtbandidog@gmail.com. I'll be the only one who gets it. So again, if you want it again, it's jtbandidog. That would be jtbandidog, bandidog, bandidog. It's the name of my first Rottweiler, at gmail.com. Whenever you want to do it. The only restriction I have is I can't do it after 5 o'clock Eastern because my wife comes home and that's her time. She's worked all day. That's her time. That's her time and my time together for her to, decompress from the day and, listen to my crap as I tell her about my excited day in the life of the retired. She just gives me that look like, yeah, great. Because she can't retire for some time, though, but she's got a good job when she does retire. Yeah. So, Mr. Vilified, I hope that we can do this. I really do, sir. I think it would be really, really good. I think it'd be a good time. I think we're similar on a lot of our beliefs. So, you have my email address. Just please tell me when. I will be there. Absolutely, 100%. And with that being said, thank you, sir. Instagram me. I don't know how to Instagram you. I don't know if I follow you on Instagram. I don't like Instagram. I find it irritating. Because every time I turn on Instagram, the only thing I get is these half-dressed fat heifer cow women. Join my channel. Watch for more. I don't want to watch what I'm looking at. Why am I going to look at you even more? Body positivity. Great. I'm glad you're happy with your body positivity. I don't want to look at it. Okay? I have my own wife I look at. I'm not going on these other damn things it just irritates the shit out of me. Great, my dog's out there chewing up something, so I got to get out of here. Oh, just stop that. Hey, I'm sorry. My dog's out here they're tearing up the yard. But Mr. Vilvide, anytime. Next week would be absolutely fantastic for me. If you want to, Monday through Friday, anything before 5 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know if you're on Eastern time. I think you're on Central. But yeah, let's do this, man. I'm more than happy to do it. And I got to get out of here because I got to go. So I'll talk to you later. We'll all. There's more than one of me. No, there's only me. And with that, we're out of here. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.